Hi guys, here we are. We're playing Lion Swarm Military against Dragon Monks. See how it goes.
Well, not
And
very good on that particular flip.
yep, so we just throw everything down. The one for ones I never know what to do with. I think I'm just gonna go straight, live the dream.
Dig for a three. I almost always keep mine if I have multiple ones. Because if I get like a deep harbor remote, but whatever. You got Swana Dojo, and now
Yeah,
life is beautiful.
now life is beautiful. And we're gonna flush all of our guys here. I can keep one. I keep an Ichimoku.
Okay,
Nah, screw it. I have more guys in the deck.
I
And
was
go ahead.
I am confused and surprised by that, but I don't really know
No. I ended up
how to
flushing.
respond. So I have a pretty straightforward try to develop my gold for a couple of turns here. We don't match up well against him, but we're not. It's not terrible. We if our gold comes together just so, and it's starting to look like it will, we can we can put out almost as many bodies as he has, and we have a couple of powerful cards. Not so powerful, pretty powerful, and then decent of value here. So, I'll trigger Dark Audience because there it sits. And it's in this situation, I'm just gonna go for Elite Inkyo, which I've put into my hand, and I will move it in a moment. And Kuon's Staff is a card that's pretty good.
Interesting choices.
Oh.
I give you the Inkyo.
Okay, that's not a shock. Let me shuffle my fate deck, and I'm dropping down. I'm gonna go JPI, dig out the Deep Harbor. But I'm not going to purchase it. I'm probably going to leave it there, buy the bookkeeper, then use the bookkeeper to buy the Deep Harbor, as one does.
As one does.
And all you, as one does. And,
Okay.
I have a bunch of cards. Remember, I started with six, and I have an increased fate hand, so that's the thing. Hey, there you go. There's some more golds.
Yep, so I found a ton of gold. We're just gonna go. Man, I had to decide between gold efficiency and gold development. I'm just gonna get the gold. Um, I'll leave the guy. I just want to buy four guys next turn. I feel like there's been times in my life when Paul's told me that he would buy the guy there just to use the one extra gold, but
I would have done it just there, as a matter of fact. I would have went gold guy, sat on another holding, but it's because I value things like favor and putting personalities in play and the theoretical outside dream of taking a province. So, hey, look, sometimes we play our decks differently. I buy a bunch of gold here, productive mines and things. Also, just like Jesse was, a little inefficient, but I'm pretty loaded now, so no complaints. And draw a card here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I'm still good, though. I will probably have to discard next turn.
so
Stupid
4,
Dark
10,
Audience. Grumble,
13,
grumble.
4, 7, 10, 13. Okay, so it works out perfectly. 4, 7, 10, 13.
And yeah.
4, 7, 10, 13. Oh, up 14. So,
No, 14. Oh, math is tough.
Blowout City. So I'm just going to get the three guys, flush the holding. And go ahead.
Okay, well, we're gonna buy as many guys as we possibly can to try to keep up with his onslaught. 7. Will we be able to match him? 3 guys for 3 guys. 4, 5. The answer right now is yes. Yes, we will be able to. Of course, he's going to have the initiative of the attack and his stronghold and that kind of stuff. So it's not great, but it's what it is. Okay, so this guy comes out. Would I rather try to keep gold up for the follower that he knows I have, who like bows as a monk to do things? That's a really interesting question. Well, turns out it's not that interesting. No, let's get some guys on up to the board. And I seem to have accidentally added a token. I'll fix that now.
Okay.
And one of these things is not like the other. One of these things does not belong. Which thing will that be? How about Victory Through the First? He has almost no abilities. I won't say he has no abilities, but at the moment he has a Fear of 3 effect. So he's not totally impressed with his.
Not the most impressive.
One of the his meta. He's went next level on my Victory Through Deference tech by playing guys that don't do anything.
Okay, so I'm going to pass open.
Pass open for me as well.
And 3 chumpies go at your Shao.
Okay, so we've got a number of playable cards, and more or less they're all turned on. This card is... There's always a lot of humming and hawing. Like, will it do anything? Will I have the time to take the action? And, will I be able to set up it? But I don't think that's where I want to be at. There's an argument for just trying to use this and save a province, or even just use that to try to save a province. But I think the best way to try to beat these decks is that if you let the first province go and he just buys 3 more guys, it becomes tougher and tougher for me to maintain, because now I don't have as many provinces as he do. Maybe my deck's not that good. So I'm gonna throw all my guys in here and say, okay, 3-3. I like my chances.
Okay.
So everybody defend.
And you got first engage.
I pass engage.
Me too.
Okay, so I get first action. We will go with a Wrath of Osanaro on Force or guy with. I guess we'll get the guy with the ability. Get it off the bus.
Get it. Okay, so we saw something like that coming. I'm debating here. Is we have a number of effects we can play. This is good. This gets it. This gets us something. But I think what I want to do is use my stronghold on Tayuko. The reason for that is it puts him to 6 force, which is, unless he's got an Unholy Strike, is outside the range of his ranged attacks. Another Wrath or Redirecting Rage.
Sure. Okay, well, I can straight my guy go to 9. That's not really going to get us where we want to be yet. So we are going to go with a Redirecting Rage, blowing up my bowed guy to blow up your Takakura.
Okay, blow it up. From now 6 force to his 6 force. Let's go with a strike as the earth to give your Taruko -2/-1.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and plan departure, sending home my now wimpy-ass Taruko to give your guy -2 force. There's a debate about trying to give my guy a force bonus to turn off some sort of ranged attack thing on his end, but we're trying to ensure that we don't lose the province, if nothing else. So I've chosen force penalty. That's the mode that the card most often incorporates.
So at 4 force. So I'm going to play for 6 for a 4-point deliberation and shoot your Gozato.
And that was something I was a little worried about. I'm not going to lie. I mean, we knew that was an option. So we each played some cards. Guys died, but he doesn't have as impressive. He's still getting 2 guys if he wants it. He's only full force. He's not taking the province. So there's a question about, do I want to live the dream and jam this in there with my one force guy? Use this to play this. It's a high risk, high reward play. I think he stunted his development such that I don't need to make it, so I pass.
Okay,
If we were taking the province, I'd be obligated to make more of a play.
I played expensive
Okay.
achievement.
I pass. So you're 4 into a 6. You need one more thing.
Got another achievement.
Well, remember when I said if it was taking the province, we'd be forced to make a play? That holds true now. I discarded the Ring of Water to bring my guy back.
I got a range 1 attack.
And that's Blowout City, and the game is lost. I pass.
Pass. And then, yep, I met you
So there was
guys.
some sequencing errors on that battle. Some decision points I could have done differently. But we'll see where it gets us. So I'm not going to be able to get all of these guys. So let's see what we can get. So 7 and 6. It's probably going to be 6 and 6 because that leaves me the gold up to attach the follower. Any opens there, chat?
Nope.
Okay. So here's a guy, and here's a guy. All you. And we will have not quite 3 guys, but sort of kind of 3 guys. 3 cards, if he is on the next assault.
I'm gonna straight pitch Ring of Void to draw a card.
Okay, I put down my elite. Doesn't have the elite trait, which is a big flavor fail, but it does contribute force well bound, so it sort of does.
It does have
really
a
bugs
trait,
me.
yes. I mean, it is elite. It's just not elite.
It's elite, but not. It should have the elite trait, man. The keyword exists. Like, let's use it.
Gotcha. Okay, and then anything else?
Yeah, so he knows I agonize over my potion applications quite a bit. I was like, do I want to put a potion down? Should I put? This is a particularly interesting scenario because what is the value of a 1 force defender? He's 5 chi. He would sort of let me represent some kind of ranged attack effect, I guess. But I think I'll just put my potion down. We'll put it on the unbound guy here.
Sure.
This guy gives him a fear 3. It's a very sort of eggs in one basket play.
Okay, so I mean, I attack all my guys to your guy. I'm on this train. It keeps rolling.
My one personality defends. It gets harder and harder to keep making these defensive because your position is getting weaker and weaker. But if I just let the province go and he buys 3 more guys, how is life improved? Well, he's got 10, 13. He can't actually buy 3. He'd probably going to get 2 guys and hold it there. But it's still at 2 provinces. At best, I flip 2 guys. It gets tougher and tougher, right? So here I am. I'm defending.
Okay. So there's a question about what mode I want to play with this. I think I'm going to engage. I assume you pass your engage. I'm going to engage my scouting amidst the snow here. I can't actually. I don't have a scout. I just assumed I have a scout. So, haha.
I do pass my engage. Yep.
I pass my engage as well.
So I gave the game away a little bit by passing my engage. I had a potion, which you think, well, why didn't you blow it? And it's because I've got my sneaky play. I'm going to go bow my ring to activate Agura. And we talked about this a little bit. My come one at a time trickeration. So I get to put out come one. Now I'm going to get 2 duels. My first one at Matsu Risho.
Yep, so I play a number of discipline cards, And I can force him to focus out just on principle. I think it's actually, so I'm going to focus off the top.
There's no real fear here. I'm up by 3 points. I can pretty pain. Do you want to just go all the way?
I mean, yeah, if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to focus off the top. There's no point for me to focus from there.
Okay.
Okay. And then we flip, and I assume I win.
Yeah.
Did you get a bunch of 4s or something?
No. But I hit a Way of the Lion, so that's in the bin now, and he's dead. And then your next action?
You had 2 4s and some 2s. I actually had a pretty lousy pool. My
look
pool
real good.
was 4, 7, 9, 10. So I'm at 14 to your
12, 13.
10, 12, 13. So I'm still, plus 3 is a pretty. And then I get one more duel. Now this one's going to be a little bit tougher. I duel a 3 Chi Yoko.
Okay, I focus off the top again.
And this one, I might be priced into focusing from the hand. Because if I lose the duel, I just sort of lose the game. So I'm going to focus these cards here. I mean, I like these cards, and losing my entire hand is very dangerous. So we'll start by focusing from the top and see what happens. So I focus from the top. I have to stutter this one out a little bit. So I focus.
Okay, I'm focusing off the top again.
Focus from the top. Okay.
Focus.
Focus on the top. So far, so good.
And focus.
And now we'll go this one from the hand, which I think should hopefully secure our victory.
Yeah, so I mean, I got a pair of 1s.
Yeah, I got 2 3s, 2 4s.
Yeah, so you got me. And I hit another Way of the Lion, so that is there. Okay, so now I've got a guy. I mean, I just run away.
Okie dokie. I pass.
Cool. So we're buying some gold. Pick up a Shikagawa's Court. And then 369. I can get a pair of fellas. Draw a card and pass the turn.
Okay, so we're back to sort of being in an okay place, not a great place, but an okay place. We've withstood a barrage there, so we haven't quite stabilized, but if we can take a province this turn, that'll put us in a place where we're very close to being stabilized. Once again, it's only going to be 2 guys though. Is there any way I can play this? No, it's going to be 2 guys. That's the best we can do. So 5. Yeah. So if I buy the 2 cheapest guys, is 11. So 6, 10, 11. It does let me attach something. Have we been keeping track of our honor? We have not. I've gained 2 and 2. 9. I'm certain you're above me.
I think I did a 3. The question is just, did I get another 3 last turn? Yeah, because I bought a Tayuko both turns. And then a Misato, so I've gained 9. 2, 16.
So... we're going to attack. It's just sort of how do I play out my hand. And I think I just assign the one guy who... So he's 6'4", so I can blow the potion to get to 8 to take the province. Or, I guess, theoretically discard a Kiho to get even further, if that is necessary. So Togashi Ogura attacks.
Okay.
Face up 2.
Yeah, I got you. So I'm up on provinces. I could just let it go. I could chump defend with this.
I know he's got some way of the lines. I do have one moving a monk. I have 2 moving a monk disciplines. I don't know. That's something we try to tell each other when we play these games online because it's not clear visual table information.
It's actually in the floor rules of L5R. You must tell me this is not being a nice person.
I don't even know if that's true anymore. I know it was a thing that was discussed, sort of adjusting the orientation of discipline. I always, it's good. It's good player practice to ask. Just try to remember.
Okay, no
People
defense.
lose
No
to
defense.
this.
No defense.
Okay, so I mean, engage. I trigger my potion.
Sure.
Rotate. So now that guy is less chi. So he's only going to be 3 chi going forward, but he does have a Fear 3 effect.
Rack up.
And then I use my gold at the bottom here to buy these guys. I do get to trigger Courtesy up to
Hoi, hoi, hoi.
13, and now he's got Naval. That's exciting. Doesn't really do much for me, but whatever.
One of the less good courtesies, in my opinion. Doesn't too hard to like plan around. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. My first is lobby, and then straighten with court.
I get to throw down a spell in between there with my. It's a stones.
Sure.
Naval bow isn't very good, but I plan to use Watu here to put out another potion, so that's why it goes here.
I'm gonna drop the favor and a fearful volley to draw a card.
Potion. I like potions. It's a thing. And I'll put it on this guy who doesn't have anything. Those Pharaoh 3 effects aren't dead here, right? They're turned on, so.
Yep. So this is where it kind of gets tough. We can't really stop. Like we can't.
I mean, I do have one more, right? I'm gonna ring a bear up my straightness guy here.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then I guess I'll just use the note. Because the chi is a token, right? The other stuff goes away.
Yeah.
So we'll do it that way.
3 cards in hand. It's got a million forces. 7, 10, 13, 16 force. To our 5, 8.
So we may have broken the tidal wave. He may be crashing against our shores now, the way that defensive dragon decks do.
So like I for sure got to
He's
attack
being
here. It's just a question of how.
He's
to
being a
do
little
it.
sneaky. He's being a little bit misrepresentative because he always has his stronghold, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So I mean, I can go like 8 and then on board to 11, and then with like any one trigger. The deck plays a lot of force pumps, so I can get some more force. It's just a question of how good his last 3 cards are. Because if his last 3, what I'm agonizing about is if his last 3 cards are like redirecting Rage, Wrath of Osana, well, then I've got problems. But if he's holding some bricks, that would be nice. All of my guys go at face-up personality.
Well, I'm torn between defending here and not because I mean we've got some action, but he's got us on card quantity, and these have been battles so far where it's like he who acts last is in the strongest position. but his force is 8 to my more than that. I've got a pretty substantial advantage there. I'm all in here. I'm defending.
All
Let's
right.
see where it gets me.
Let's play Legend of the Five Rings.
Yeah. Well,
You got first action.
I'm gonna engage my potion.
Okay.
Do you have any engages, sir?
Nope.
Okay, so I think my biggest target is the Stones of Purity 7/4, so you can go a gigantic deliberations. If he's got second deliberations, that's not great for us. Um, but you try to play out your actions in this way, right? Try to eliminate your. So let's use a Stone's Fear 3 to bow the guy with the battle. To bow your guy with Fear 3. I don't. That doesn't do anything against me, right? I've got a follower here, 5 force. I don't think he's playing any fear increase effects. You could have a courage. So we'll bow Matsu Masato, the Hatamoto,
Sure.
because he can go up to full force. And then I have to think a little bit about: do I want to discard a 1 rock token to straighten my my spell to get another potential Fear 3? And I think it's worth doing. I will do this now.
Okay.
So I'm down to 6. So I'm still just as open to a blowout deliberation as I was 3 seconds ago.
I'm gonna box up my 3 PH guy here, so we'll go to 6 force.
Okay. Yeah, nothing to be done there. So I may have burnt a rock for no purpose because now I still have. So I'll go ahead and use the potion granted Fear 3 on Matsuo guy.
Sure. I'm gonna pay 3. I'm gonna strength the lion from the discard pile here to blow up your elite Inkyo.
Duly blown up. I'll go ahead and entrenched position to bow your lone unbowed guy.
Yeah, and that's all the cookies. So
Does your Way of the Lion need an unbowed guy?
it doesn't matter. I think it's easy. So I mean, looking back, this is something that kind of happens when you play these all-in attack decks. Is that sometimes you get behind, and the way to get ahead to like get back in the game is to psych your opponent out a little bit, and just keep making the attacks anyway. I don't think that if I sat like the alternative to this attack would be to have sat, and I could have cleared provinces, or I could have invested my guy and bought 3 guys. I'm not in a better position next turn, so there's the only
So
other the
you're
only other thing is I
not.
could have done a split.
Is it a miscalculation that you're not playing the sensei to go sensei target the guy with the invest in a bunch of guys?
No,
That
no,
feels
no.
like it would be a.
I don't think that's a
You value
miscalculation. I don't
the
value
point
that.
of province strength.
I do.
Yeah.
Whenever I play the sensei, I never end up feeling like it super matters. The the only other thing, like we could go back and talk about it. We can other battles, other things now because there's only like one relevant point. Is that this attack I could have split. I could have with the 2 expensive achievements in the bin, and I've got a contentious and a scouting amidst the snow in my hand. I could maybe threaten multiple provinces. It's like 3, yeah. Like either one of the 3 force guys could take a province by themselves.
You're saying this turn you could have went for a split?
Yeah, I could have split it too. Or I don't know. I think I was out of the game. The only way for me to win at that after that come on,
was sort of
return
attack
battle
and hope I don't
was to
defend
attack
kind of
in
thing.
hopes
Right.
that you
Yeah,
had
just didn't
nothing.
defend.
Yep,
Let him go for a little bit.
yep.
Well, that happens, right? So as games start to slip away, you have to say, okay, I'm behind this game, and then that's the time to take the greater risk because playing conservative, you're going to lose, right? I mean, I suppose there's a play to win, play to lose philosophies. Some people, they start losing the game, they play ever more conservatively, sort of waiting for their opponent to make some catastrophic blunder. And I find players make blunders more when the pressure's put on them. So I mean, I'm always very like, well, it's getting away from me. Might as well start doing some crazy stuff. I think that's how you have to be.
The other thing, I mean, I've got a little bit of experience with this deck, and I've gone down the rabbit hole of like, well, I don't think my attack here is quite good enough. I'll buy guys and wait, and like it's never quite where you want to be. The deck lives and dies on forcing the opponent to make those like borderline defenses, killing a couple guys, and then buying 3 more guys in your dynasty phase. Like as soon
Yep. And then
as
on my end, it really was just it was really like that's why. I mean, my focus values are not great. I've got some bricks, but like the reason come one is in the deck is just for those sort of Agora and Wataro. Like I got these 4 and 5 chi guys. Every now and then a come one can just be this great big play.
yeah, and I had the scouting. I
Especially
had the
there.
scouting in hand, but not the terrain. Like if I had any terrain answer for come one that turn to keep the battle going and get the Ogura, maybe there'd be some juju on the next turn. But as it
Well,
was,
and
of like,
just being able to get the 2 kills straight out the gates too. So like even
yeah,
if you kill my Aguro there and win, I think I'm still maybe able to pull it in. I'm not sure I'll still be able to win, but it's like I'm not out of the game, right? Because
for sure. Just
getting
like
2
this
units.
deck against come one specifically, this deck can present a couple of answers. Like wounded in battle would have been fine. Any terrain would have been fine. So
Yeah.
c'est la vie. I I don't hate the matchup. I think we line up sort of awkward. I line up a little bit awkwardly against you. You're high force and you're dueling a little bit. Like high force for my dirtily lit range
The
attacks, high chi
Wrath
for
Reader,
my cheap
yeah, I
kill
mean
packagey stuff.
I
Plus the
felt
come
like a
ones.
lot of my cards were definitely on. It was a weird game where like every card I had was sort of like, oh, this card like even in drenched position, which isn't really there for its bow effect. It's just like everything seemed to just be turned on,
Yeah, so it is what it is. But I
and
think
that's
it's
a
a
good play.
strength. Like we always, this Dragon deck's been something floating around between us for a while, and we never really give it its due. But I feel like it does a lot of powerful things. It's got a lot of little pieces going on that all kind of come together just right.
Yep, very much a sort of synergy deck where it's like if they're lower force, your ranged attack stuff tends to be pretty good. But if they're higher force, then a lot of times you can sort of get them with a come one. Big units get a little tricky, but then you've got your Shaos and you can sort of reduce their force and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of play to the deck. I think is the phrase that we use. Like there's just a lot of interconnected parts, which make it very rewarding for me as a player to play.
I, on the other hand,
So
played a deck with not a lot of play. I just sort of put my head down and crash forward, and sometimes you look like an idiot doing it.
linear linear military decks are a big part of L5R. They're these we call them goldfish decks or whatever you call them. These robotic, like I'm going to buy my guys in attack and just keep asking you, can you beat me yet? Can you beat me yet? And this game I was, but a lot of games people aren't. I mean, a lot of people are just not.
All right, man. Any final words?
No, other than I think I might have to cut these long-term fruitions. I was really close to losing a duel with a 4-chi guy against a 1-chi guy this game. That was a little close. I don't know how I felt about that.
All right. Until next time, guys. I'm Jesse, and this is Paul. And this has been Enough Talk.